e to the power of limit x tending to a, your gx log fx, this is natural log of course, fx can be written as is equal to e to the power of limit x tending to a fx minus 1 gx for the form 1 to the power of infinity. It is only possible to write this in this form for this case only. Now see one thing, e to the power of, from here, e to the power of limit x tending to a gx log you add fx, you add 1 subtract 1, no problem, add 1 and subtract 1, nothing will happen to this. Now do one thing, e to the power of limit x tending to a gx, do one thing, log, you write this as fx minus 1 within bracket, then put a big bracket, plus 1, no problem. Now divide it by fx minus 1 and multiply it with fx minus 1. Nothing will happen in this case. Now try to understand this. Let it, you take the limit x tending to a gx, take the limit inside, limit x tending to a log, this is all in the power of e, fx minus 1 plus 1 upon fx minus 1 into limit x tending to a fx minus 1. Now look one thing here, this is the point of discussion. This is the point of discussion. If this is done, everything is done. Now let us understand it separately. This I am making you to understand separately. You can do it after this step in the examination. You can do it directly like this. Limit x tending to a gx fx minus 1 within brackets. You can do it directly. Now we will consider this. Limit x tending to a log fx minus 1 plus 1 upon whole divided by fx minus 1, and this is basically fx minus 1 tends to 0 as x tends to a. This is somewhat similar to this one. Remember this one? कुछ हद तक इसके तरह देखने में है ये 1 plus x upon x and the limit is 1. If you use L'Hopital rule in this, x tending to 0 log 1 plus x upon x is 0 by 0. Now using L'Hopital rule, limit x tending to 0, this will be 1 upon 1 plus x upon 1, take the limit, this will be 1 upon 1 plus 0, that is nothing but 1. Similarly, I will be doing this. Similarly. Now fx here, you keep in mind, यहाँ पे एक चीज देखो, fx minus 1 is to be treated like x. इस पूरे को x की तरह ट्रीट करो जैसे यहाँ पे ट्रीट हुआ है. जैसे यहाँ पे x को ट्रीट किया है वैसे इसको पूरे को ट्रीट करो. fx minus 1 is treated like x. The way I have treated x here, the x has been treat fx minus 1 like x. The way I have treated it here. So do one thing, fx minus 1 tends to 0 as x tends to a. Now let's do it. Now this becomes 0 by 0 form. As x tends to a, because of this reasoning, fx minus 1 tends to 0 as x tends to a, this becomes this. You need not show this in the paper. Or if you want to show, you can show it also. That's your choice. Then don't show this. Don't show this, which I have marked here, like this. Don't show this one. Just show this one. Write this, all this. Then using L'Hopital rule, this will be 1 upon fx minus 1 plus 1 within bracket into f dash x. Whole divided, taking the derivative of this will be f dash x. This is x tending to a, sorry. Now, here, do one thing. Now 1 upon fx minus 1 plus 1 whole multiplied f dash x, this f dash x will come here because it is a by b by c. This will be nothing into, let us say, this is something like this. Look at this. इसको ऐसा करके देखो, into a, then this will be, this is again a type. Now 1 by b into a, where b is this whole stuff is b is whole stuff, a is this stuff, a is this stuff. Now 1 by b, then you have a by 1, actually it is, into 1 by a into a. They cancel out and you get 1 by b. देखो 1 by b, it was a can be written as a by 1 into a. Now 1 by b into division में है तो into 1 by a into a cancels 1 by b. So this is f dash x into f dash x. Now they cancel out each other. This is limit x tending to a. Now as x, put the limit as x tends to 0. I told you fx minus 1 tends to 0 as x tends to a. So this becomes 1 upon 0 plus 1, and this is 1. Therefore, if you see this thing, this whole quantity becomes 1. So this into 1 into this is nothing but this whole stuff. This whole stuff.